Outside of this convention hall, protesters have been demanding a ceasefire in Gaza, a ceasefire that would ostensibly return the Israeli and American hostages to their loved ones. One of those hostages would hopefully be Hersh Goldberg-Polin. He lost an arm October 7th from a grenade while celebrating his 23rd birthday at that music festival. Joining us now are his parents, John Polin and Rachel Goldberg, who just spoke to the convention goers here, bringing the entire convention to a silent standstill. Turning to some of their comments in just a moment. But John and Rachel, first, just want to thank you. Certainly a powerful moment inside the arenas. I was just sharing with you, really meaningful to a number of the people, many people standing at their feet and so silent, listening to every word. Just give us a sense, when was the last time you were able to get an update on Hersh?
So on day 201, which is now 119 days ago, there was a video released by Hamas of Hersh. That had been the first time in 6 months that we had actually seen him and heard him. Even though it was a propaganda video, we were starving to know if he was okay, and we took that. But since then, we have not had anything. And that's what's so unique about this situation. You know, we were actually lucky that we received that. The vast majority of hostage families have no communication, proof of life, or anything from October 7th when their loved one was taken.
Who do you all get updates from with regard to the status on negotiations or potential for a ceasefire or some kind of hostage deal?
So we do get to meet regularly with officials in Israel as well as in the United States. Secretary Blinken was just back for the 9th time since October 7th, and as he's done every one of those times, he met with all of the families. We do regular update calls with the National Security Team led by Jake Sullivan. As we said in our speech, we've had a few meetings directly with both President Biden and Vice President Harris. And the security and intelligence teams of both the United States and Israel are working collaboratively, and we get some periodic information from them. But really, I don't feel like we know a lot more than people who are watching and reading the news.
We've been told that that President Biden and Vice President Harris did speak with Netanyahu today. There are reports that Netanyahu seems intent on scuttling any possibility of a deal. What do you think is the source of the delay?
Look, I think that with all of the goodwill of certainly this administration and the United States Congress across both sides of the aisle and some other world leaders, at the end of the day, all of the hostage families and all of the region really right now sit in the hands of two men, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Yahya Sinwar of Hamas. And all we can all continue to do is push and push and push and get those two leaders to make the decision that stopping this, releasing the hostages, and bringing a calm to the region is what is best for all of the people and all of the region. Why would it be scuttled? We don't know. Maybe it's political, but we don't know. We just got to keep on pushing.
We heard you in your address say that you all feel like you're on a different planet, but anyone who is a parent or has parents can understand. I'm curious, what's getting you through these 320 days?
Well, I think it's a combination, first of all, of it's an innate, primal response of any parent in the animal kingdom even, when you think that your child is in danger. So it's this reflexive, natural response. It's also having so many people who are praying and supporting us and loving us from all around the world. And it's knowing we can't let Hersh down. We wake up in the morning and we force ourselves to put on this facade of being a person, and we run to the ends of the earth to try to save him and to try to save all of them.
What can you tell us about his character? We heard you say at the end, Hersh, if you can hear us, survive. Just share a little bit about what we don't know that you all would only know about his mettle and courage.
I mean, Hersh is a very kind, patient, thinking person who gives a lot of room for people to be who they are. He's very curious. He likes to ask questions and leave room for you to really express what you're thinking. And he's just someone who I think, because of his thoughtfulness, has a deep strength. I think he has a mental strength, and that, God willing, is getting him through this horrifying chapter that none of us can imagine.
None of us can imagine. We heard you say earlier that this is not a political issue, it's a humanitarian one. And the room really did erupt in applause in responding to that. Our hearts certainly go out to you. We thank you so much for coming on and talking with us tonight, John and Rachel. So appreciate it.
Thank you for elevating the story.